Brent's a fascinating London borough. It's an outer London authority, but it's got lots of inner city characteristics. It's got some very affluent areas side by side with some not so affluent areas. We've got some very nice green spaces. I mean, many of Brent's parks have actually won awards for the quality of the open space. The population is growing very rapidly. We think about 2,000 or 3,000 people are added onto the population every year in Brent. It's the most multicultural local authority in the United Kingdom. A host of different people, different races, nationalities, cultures, faiths, all living side by side. Brent's a pretty relaxed sort of place, I think, most of the time. We are, of course, very serious about providing high-quality services to our residents, and that can be quite a challenge some of the time. But it's a very friendly local authority. That's the sort of feedback I get from staff when I speak to them. It's a place where we're not too hung up on hierarchies or bureaucracies. We want everybody to feel they've got an important contribution to make and that contribution is recognised. And I'm particularly anxious that staff feel that they can come up with bright ideas, import good practice from other organisations that they've worked in, just help us to make Brent a better local authority and provide better services to local peoples.
I started in Brent. I had the opportunities. Staff development is excellence in Brent. I have a manager that allows me to be creative and to develop and grow, and that's what I do with the staff that I supervise.
No, I left Brent back in the 90s and I've been coming back here some 10 years later. And this is actually my third stint in Brent, so I think that speaks volumes in itself, doesn't it?
I've been in Brent Council now for over 20 years. I worked in trading standards all that time. I think I've done extremely well at Brent Council. This has been through the assistance that the council has given to me and through my own personal development. I've succeeded by becoming head of my own service.
It's obviously a sort of a diverse community that we work for, and it's really rewarding. I work in the sports service, and a lot of our work involves engagement for the community and making sure that our sports provision is catering for all the qualities across the borough.
Our aspiration is to provide the best public services to local people. A lot of the services we provide, like education and social work, very important. They really impact on people's lives. And I want staff to take on a personal responsibility for constantly striving to provide the best possible services we can.
Thank you.
The principle of service excellence is to deliver a high standard of care to the people who we are responsible for. And that is by making sure that their well-being is taken care of and they are happy, they have choice, and they're treated with dignity and respect.
We work with the parent, we work with the staff to achieve the best possible for children and parents. And in doing that, you create an ethos or a feeling of excellence. And when you're working with children, we all want excellence for the children. So we try to do our best and develop children, parents, staff to achieve the best.
One of our key roles as a local authority is to help regenerate the borough, and by that I mean improving the life chances of everybody who lives in it, to get people the education and the skills they need to get into well-paid jobs that are secure. We also want people to have decent housing and a nice environment. We want to be able to tackle some of the big issues facing people in our urban areas. We also want to make sure that we provide a good retail environment, decent shopping and leisure facilities for our local people.
Well, here we are in the heart of the Wembley Regeneration area with the new National Stadium at Wembley on my right, the new arena to my left, a fantastic new sports and entertainment venue. Two fantastic buildings at the heart of this Wembley Regeneration development. And in a way it symbolises the ambitions the council has to regenerate the whole of the borough, to provide jobs, improved housing, leisure, retail facilities for local people and for visitors alike. Some really exciting developments taking place, and the council is at the centre of the action.
Even though there are obstacles such as finance, once you have a vision and you can sell it to people, people will invest in it. And I know that whilst we have a bit of a funding gap with some of our schemes, A lot of the government and private partners are very interested in investing in Brent.
Well, here we are outside the Hindu temple in Neasden in Brent. It's one of the most fantastic buildings in the country, recently voted one of the most popular visitor attractions in the country. And we're very proud of this temple because it symbolises for us how all the different races and nationalities in Brent get along very well together. And it does show the extent to which Brent has become a destination now for people from all parts of the world who come and live and work here. They raise their families here, send their kids to school. And Brent is a truly multicultural local authority. It's one of only 2 local authorities in the country that have an ethnic majority population, and in our schools, for example, we have 130 different languages spoken by the kids in our schools, and it's a fantastically diverse cosmopolitan community. And by and large, everybody rubs along pretty well together. It's a nice place to be. The best thing to do is just remember the principles of respecting other people regardless of their race or background. We celebrate diversity in Brent. We don't just tolerate it. We think it's a strength of the borough. And if you come here with an open mind and an open heart and you're willing to work with people of every different nationality, I think you'll find it a really rewarding place to be. It's one of the things that keeps me working in Brent. I love working in this place because it is such an international sort of community, and it's a place that's full of challenge, full of interest, and it's a place where your career will flourish.
My vision for Brent is to make it a modern, ambitious, professional and outward-looking organisation, a place where people feel that their careers can prosper and at the same time they can make an important contribution to the valuable services that we provide to local people. I want it to be modern in the sense of providing the highest quality of public services. I want it to be ambitious in the sense of always stretching ourselves and never being complacent. I want it to be professional in the sense of providing high standards of personal and professional practice, respecting the important role that we play as public servants and making sure that our personal behaviour is always of the highest standard. And I want it to be outward looking in the sense that we work with people and organisations in the wider world. We don't get introspective. We work openly with government, with private sector organisations and with the voluntary and community sector, and we work with those on the basis of mutual respect and mutual ambition.
It's great employer with a lot of opportunities there. There's always an opportunity to find a new area of work and improve in that area.
I started in a registry taking posts around in Brent House, and I'm now a training and event manager, and I would definitely say that I'm not the same person as I was when I started. I have been developed, and not just through training but just through what you encounter in your day-to-day work and the people that you meet.
This is a place where things happen. For me personally, working and delivering regeneration in the borough where I live gives me immense satisfaction and pride.
I think anybody who comes to work in Brent is in for a really good working experience. It's a fantastically diverse local authority, some really excellent people working here, some very ambitious people who want to do really good things out in the community. So my message to new members of staff is come here, you've made a wise decision, enjoy everything that Brent has to offer, including the challenges, and come into work every day with a smile on your face.